Christians are a really bizarre lot, especially when it comes to money. They want it because they say, hey, your money's no good, so give it to us. Or you have to give us 10% of everything you earn. But at times, which confuse the fuck out of me, they don't want money from, who are those people that don't believe in God? Oh, yeah, atheists. Especially if you're going to have your name attached to it. Matt Wilburn tried to make a $100 donation to the Moro Indian Children's Home. Now, this children's home is a Christian-run affiliation thing where they help kids and people make donations of money so they get like a food, a place to sleep, and something to sleep under, like a blanket and a pillow and shit like that, and have a roof over their heads. But he went in there to make the $100 donation, say, hey, I want to help out. And they said, oh, you're an atheist? Oh, shit. Well, we don't want your money. We don't want your filthy atheist money. Didn't maybe not have said it exactly like that, but that's what they kind of implied. He said, well, what if I give you $250? Will $250 change your mind? And they go, no, we're going to turn our noses up at $250. So he's like, well, that's really odd. So I'm just wondering, what is their price? Because, there's an old saying, everybody has a price. So he thought he's going to do is he started like a PayPal donation type thing, and it wasn't PayPal, but it was something like that. It was a donation setup place. So he went on a lot of podcasts and said, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'd like to see how much of money it would take before they say yes. And he got it up to eventually over $25,000, and they still said no. You hypocrites. You religious nutjob hypocrites. Who fucking cares who the money comes from? If this is supposed to go to children, the kids don't know. And the fact is, if your donors are really this pissy about, oh my God, you took money from an atheist, and so we're not going to give you any more? Is that what you're really worried about? That an atheist tried to help somebody else? You're such fucking hypocrites. Kind of your thought.
Okay, really quick. Let me play devil's advocate. All right. Or actually,
it was a GoFundMe page. It was a GoFundMe page real quick. Just wanted to put it up.
Yahweh's advocate. We have just recently ourselves, it's not posted yet, but on the Atheist Bible in the Wardrobe, we went through Balaam, the Balaam story. The guy who the donkey, he talks to him because there's an angel in the road.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point of that whole story, as I was told, was about how Balaam was being asked to curse his own people. And the only real difference was how much he could be tempted, how much the bribe was. And he kept getting bribed at a higher and higher point. And finally he said, well, I don't really want to do this, but I am going to do this. Now that, again, I'm not saying that that's how the story reads. I'm just saying that that's how I remember it being taught in church. And so I guess I don't want to give props to this religious organization with this children's home at all, except to say that, well, you know what, they had a moral stance and they kept it. But I just question why they put up a children's home in the first place if their point is, and this is the salient point, is like, if your point is that you want to take care of these kids, then that should be all that matters. It doesn't matter where the money comes from. But then again, I go, well, if your moral stand is that you don't want it to come from drug money, or you don't want it to come from human trafficking, then would you also say no?
All right, I understand that point, it's not. This is not anywhere near that.
It's not.
It's not from any league. This is not like, hey, I robbed the bank and I want to give you money. This is I killed somebody. I got paid $25,000 for killing this guy. I want to give you the blood money. Although if you think about it, Pat Robertson, he's got the diamond mines over in Africa.
And he also has racehorses.
Yes, he does.
I mean, and you're exactly right. And it's sort of like one of the Lethal Weapons movies where they have all this money that's been, and and there's the argument between Murtaugh and Riggs about, well, why don't you do something good with this money?
Yeah.
You know,
And the thing is,
put your kids through college or something. And so
right.
I just like, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not saying that this is a wrong, but I just trying to figure out where are these Christians' heads at?
Yeah. No, I think it's a wrong. I think it's a wrong. I think they got
Yes, I agree.
Their heads are up firmly up their ass is where it is. And if they're crying, and they may be thinking what you're trying to give the example of, that this atheist is apparently doing something that's, he's just a person that's just not with our moral standing, because he doesn't believe in what we believe. So he's obviously evil just because of that reason.
Or even what his agenda might be as he's making this donation, what he might say as an after effect. Say, okay, guess what? They were happy to take my money, blah, blah, blah. I apologize. I'm not trying to defend this whole rejection. It's just that I get really tired of these lines that we draw, and at the same time, I'm like, wait, you really care about the kids, then it should just be about the kids. It shouldn't be about your organization, right? You should be able to step aside.
Yeah, they should step aside. I mean, and the thing is, when I listened to the podcast with him on there, he said he tried to see if he could get maybe it in by, like a backdoor type thing, but that was impossible also, because they still had other ways to figure out who it came from. And that's just bizarre. So eventually the money did end up in a good place. It went out for Camp Quest out in Oklahoma for kids out there. It's a non-religious camp, so kids can actually enjoy themselves instead of a Bible shoved down their throats. So
it's also science-based, I think.
Yes, it's also a science-based Camp Quest. I mean, or it's a summer camp based on science and using the fucking brain, not being sequestered away from each other and made to wear dresses for the girls or the boys, I guess. Depends on where you're going, I guess. I've seen those summer camps. I know what goes on there. But the fact is that they wouldn't take the money, even though it was going to help somebody. It's just personally despicable. It's just despicable. They're just fucking hypocrites. Tom, your thoughts?
I think this is an old story. I remember hearing about it actually quite a while ago. And fuck churches. It makes me angry is what it does. It's so short-sighted. It's like what Trump is doing. It's just the short-sighted, we gotta hold to our standards. We gotta, we can't take atheist money. What will people think of us? What people think of us is far more important than actually doing what we say what we're supposed to be doing. We're out there helping people by not helping people. We're saving their souls by keeping valuable resources from them.
Yeah. And I'm gonna put an analogy out there, and anybody can correct me and tell me if I'm wrong on this. Mother Teresa did kind of the same kind of shit.
Oh, that's exactly what she did. Suffering brought people closer to God. So she made people purposely suffer. But when it came to her own well-being, she did anything but suffer.
Exactly. She was willing to take the money from whoever where it came from, but she didn't give it back to the people that she was supposed to help with. And I think that's part of the problem here is the reason why. And I'm just fully speculating, of course, and this is just all on me, that maybe one of the reasons why they didn't want to take this money is because they wanted to put it in their own pockets. They didn't want to worry about lightning striking them, because, oh my God, you took money from a non-believer and God is going to strike you down while you're in your yacht and while the kids are out there fucking starving because, hey, reasons.
That's a really good point. I didn't even look into this Moro Indian Children's Home to see, whether or not it's even vettable, whether it's something that's, putting money in somebody else's pocket.
Yeah, I'm wondering whose pocket this money would have gone into, or if the money that is being donated to them, whose pockets it's going into. Is it really being used to help these kids or not? I don't know. I don't know anything about the organization.
Me either.
Atheist Ranger, your thoughts?
I honestly think they did this for bragging rights I think they did this so they can, cut up with each other and say, see, no non-believer donated. We're more morally superior to them. I think that's my superior, and that's my personal opinion.
Actually, wow, that's actually that's a good insight. I didn't even think about that. They could say, hey, look at how immoral those non-believers are. Non-believers or atheists, look how fucking immoral they are. Not one of them, not one ever donated even a single penny
to our organization.
Yeah, to our organization. Motherfuckers, the fact is that we tried and you said no. So it's not on us at this point. It's on you at that point.
They don't give a fuck about that.